Mary, would you like to proceed?
Yes, please.
Good evening. This is the meeting of the Borough of Highlands Mayor and Council regular meeting on Wednesday, July 17, 2024. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times, and by posting at the Borough of Highlands Municipal Building and filing with the Borough Clerk, all on January 1st, 2024. Items listed on the agenda are subject to change. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now do roll call. Councilmember Cervantes.
Here.
Councilmember Char.
Here.
Councilor Melnick. Council President Olszewski. Here. Mayor Bulan.
Here.
First, we have proclamation for Michael Roth.
Good evening. This proclamation is recognizing Michael Roth's creative tribute to his wife to unify his street with a resilient community effort. Whereas Mike, and Mary Ann Roth moved to Highlands in 2008. They renovated their home and lifted to the BFE, so they were luckily not affected by Hurricane Sandy. Their home was often pointed to as an example for rebuilding after the storm. And whereas they were married for 52 years until Mary Ann passed away at their Washington Avenue home on December 17th, 2023. And whereas a gifted carpenter, Mike often made decorations for their home, among other projects. The last thing he made for Mary Ann before she passed was a lobster, boosting their house number using reclaimed pallet wood. Mary Ann remarked at the time that it would be great if Mike could make one for every house on their street. And whereas in May of 2024, Mike sent a letter to his neighbors explaining the project of using the reclaimed pallet wood to create a unique nautical artwork with their house number, including its significance to his wife, and every single one of them, agreed to participate. And whereas he completed the last one in June of this year and never asked for any type of compensation. Whereas Mike Roth is a man that has shown what it is to be a kind and caring Highlander. And now, therefore, be it resolved in recognition of one man's thoughtful and heartfelt tribute to one of his wife's last wishes, that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Highlands do hereby recognize Michael Roth of Washington Avenue for a sense of unifying the community, resilient use of materials, and memorializing his wife in such an artistic fashion. Thank you. Nancy, do you still have it with you?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to put our brain, but we don't. We're going
Oh, how lovely.
Now, I realize that most of you are here tonight for us to honor Mike. So if you don't want to stay for the rest of the business today, please feel free to go home and celebrate Mike. Thank you so much, and thank you all for coming.
I'm not the only one.
I know.
I'm
like,
Sure.
Stand in front of the
Sure.
you got it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And that. Can we hold the sample too?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, of course, yeah.
That's perfect. Oh, I like it. This is great.
Okay, perfect.
That's lovely.
Thank you, Charles. Appreciate it.
We got it right. But we haven't done it. I remember you introducing me to him in the shop. Yes.
Okay. Shall we continue?
Next, we have approval of minutes, June 19, 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll offer.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilman Gilat.
Yes.
Council President Olszewski.
I wasn't here.
And Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we have June 19, 2024 executive session minutes.
I'll offer.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilman Gilat.
Yes.
Council President Olszewski.
Recuse.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve June 19, 2024 executive session minutes. Next, we have public hearing on proposed ordinance O-2412, capital ordinance providing for various capital improvements and appropriating $400,000 therefore authorized in and by the Borough of Highlands in the County of Monmouth, New Jersey.
This capital ordinance for the $400,000 is for the complete new curbs and new sidewalks on both sides of Linden Ave. As many of you know, they're in dire need of replacement, and so we are using money from our capital fund to fund that project. Are there any questions from the council?
No.
Are there any questions from the public? Okay, then I will close the public portion, and I will offer gladly this ordinance.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilman Gilat.
Yes.
Council President Olszewski.
Yes.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries. O-2412 passed on second and final reading. Next, we have O-2413, amending Chapter 7A, Traffic Schedule, Schedule I, no parking of the Code of the Borough of Highlands related to areas of no parking on Lighthouse Road.
For as long as anyone can remember, there's never been parking allowed on this road. However, it was never codified in our ordinances, so we're just making that official right now. There's been, as you know from the weekend, there's a lot more people around, so there's more people going up to the Twin Lights and they're parking on the street, and you can't get another car on the street, nor, God forbid, an ambulance or a fire apparatus. So that's why we are updating this ordinance. Is there any question from the council?
No.
Are there any questions from the public regarding this? Okay, then I will close public portion and offer that as well.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Gilat.
Yes.
Council President Olszewski.
Yes.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries. O-2413 passed on second and final reading. Next, we have resolutions. R-24-137, amending Resolution 24-129, which authorized the placement of a non-binding ballot question on November 5th, 2024, general election ballot regarding acceptance of the Borough of Highlands of a federal flood wall project.
This is an amending because there were a couple of typos that were found, so we had to fix those typos before it could go to the county clerk and get added to the November ballot for everyone to vote on. And with that, I will offer it.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilmember Gilat.
Yes.
Council President Olszewski.
Yes.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt Resolution R-24-137. Next, we have R-24-138, authorizing the placement of a non-binding ballot question on the November 5th, 2024, general election ballot regarding support by the Borough of Highlands to explore tax relief by adding Seabright to the Henry Hudson Regional School District. Okay, this one, as
the clerk just explained, is we've been working on this for a number of years now, and we just really want to get some public engagement, and what better way than a national presidential election to get some public engagement here. So we just really want to know, should we proceed? Should we still keep on going to try to get Seabright to join into Henry Hudson, now that last year we voted to consolidate the 3 school districts into 1 school district, and now we're asking, should we be asking Seabright to come in with us? So that's what that resolution is about. That too will go to the county clerk and will be put on this November's ballot.
I'll offer.
I'll second. Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilman Gilat.
Yes.
Council President Chesky.
Yes.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt Resolution R24-138. Next, we have consent agenda. Mayor, would you like me to read the resolutions by title?
Yes, please.
R24-139, Borough of Highlands participating in the New Jersey Coastal Coalition. R24-140, approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the Highlands State Aid application. R24-141, awarding a fair and open contract for Linden Avenue Sidewalk Improvements Project. R24-142, authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for professional services in connection with the construction, administration, and inspection services for the Linden Avenue Sidewalk Improvements Project. R24-143, governing body certification of the annual audit. R24-144, accepting donation of an octagon bell roof gazebo at Huddy Park. R24-145, authorizing extension of the contract with Downtown Network Company for the Community Rating System Coordinator. R24-146, authorizing payment of bills.
I will offer the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Councilmember Cervantes.
Yes.
Councilman Gilat.
Yes.
Council President Chesky.
Yes.
Mayor Bulan.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt resolutions R24-139 through R24-146. Next, we have reports. Mayor?
Okay, I will start. Let's start with the fun stuff. In Henry Hudson Elementary news, the cardboard boat regatta at Sea Streak on June, this is for the report for June, by the way. The boat regatta was at the Sea Streak Beach on June 9th, and it was a great success. The beach was packed with parents and other community members cheering their racers on. Graduation was on June 17th, and that was a great event where the 6th graders were able to show off their James T. White projects. They also showed them off at the Historical Society meeting on June 27th. Over to Henry Hudson news, school news. The 8th grade step-up at the high school was on June 13th, and the 12th grade graduation ceremony was on June 18th. Both were awesome. Of our seniors at Hudson, 53 seniors posted many awards and scholarships in the amount of an incredible $3.4 million awarded from nearly 30 different colleges. Other seniors are headed to, one to the Navy, one directly to the police academy, and 7 are going straight from school to work. For emergency services, calls answered in June. It was a very busy month. First aid had 40 calls, fire department had 28, and the police had a whopping 999 calls for service. Code enforcement summons, there were 10, warnings 5, reports 13, inspections, including re-inspections, was 16, permits 32, and OPR requests answered was 9. For the building department inspections, we had 39, of which 31 passed, 4 failed, and 4 were not ready. There were also 19 permits issued from the construction department. Grants won so far in 2024 is at $111,954. For borough events, please check the recreation page on the borough website, and also check the HBP, highlandsnj.com. Tomorrow night we have our summer concert series going on. What else? Then we've got the Army Corps project. As we just said, we are doing a non-binding resolution that will be on the ballot for November 5. You can see all of those project materials from the Corps on the Highlands website. For updates on current projects for the sewer, large-scale sanitary sewer project. This is a replacement of sanitary sewer lines that were installed in 1925. All non-conflicted sewer work on Bay Avenue that we are not going to be able to work on is going to get folded into the part 2 of this project. So planned for July, you might have noticed already that local Water Witch has been paved. Local Bay and North Street have been milled today, and they will be paved tomorrow. Then sidewalk replacement and paving of Central Beach and Ocean. Then planned for August, the county is going to pave Linden, Water Witch, and Bay. Upgrades to Veterans Park. That the basketball court was milled and paved with the final paving happening. There's still left striping, and the installation of the basketball nets have to go up, and we are waiting for delivery on the solar picnic tables and solar lighting. As also mentioned at this meeting, as part of the consent agenda, was that the Huddy Park gazebo was over, I want to say it was 31 years old, and it was past its prime, so we took it down on June 24th, and a replacement was donated by a resident, and we're expecting delivery in July. It's already built, it's just waiting at the place where they build it in Pennsylvania, so as soon as a couple of shed orders come in, they'll put them all together on a flatbed and bring it over. There's not really, well, the Linden Avenue curbs and sidewalks, that is also something that we bid on today, and we awarded it today, and we are going to have our pre-construction meeting on Friday. So we'll have dates on that, and we will notice people well in advance because, as everyone knows, it's a major artery in town. It's going to take a couple of weeks to get done, but we want to make sure that it's done before school starts. I'm trying to see if we have any others. Oh yes, going down to our community rating system update, and that's for lower flood insurance for everyone in town, both the residents and the businesses and us as well, the town, for all of our buildings that are down in the floodplain. The coordinator is setting up a meeting with FEMA 2 to discuss entrance into the first phase of the program. And we had a workshop here on June 28th that was very informative. I have this report you can find on the website, and there's a link to our YouTube channel where you can watch the whole meeting. It gives a lot of information about how to build in the floodplain, how to do updates in the floodplain. It was a really, really good meeting. And that is my report.
The only other thing I have to add is our new tax assessor has started, Greg Hutchinson. He will, for now, continue with the Tuesday evening hours, and he's going to look to expand hours in the near future.
Public portion statement, please.
Public portion. Individuals wishing to address the council shall be recognized by the presiding officer and shall give the name, address, and the group of any they represent. Although the council encourages public participation, it reserves the right through its presiding officer to terminate remarks to and/or by any individual not in keeping with the conduct of a proper and efficient meeting. If any individual refuses to conduct themselves in a proper manner, they will be removed from the meeting. The council will not, during the public portion of this meeting, discuss matters involving employment, appointment, termination of employment, negotiations, terms and conditions of employment, evaluations of the performance of, promotion or discipline of any specific or prospective or current employee. There's a 3-minute time limit for your comments.
Does everyone, Mr. Dorn, please?
Joseph Dorn, 102 Howard Avenue.
I'm here about the 14-32 Free Street project. Just one quick question. Just to clarify, is Mr. Galvin involved in this project at all?
No.
So everything would go, correspondence would go to you,
As far as what?
as far as the borough council is concerned.
Yes, yes. Well, it's before the land use.
Oh, no, I'm not asking about that. Just in general. I believe that most of you are aware of what happened at the land use board hearing the other night. I'm not sure that there's any answers here, but it remains kind of inexplicable to me as to what happened at that meeting. Unfortunately, I was not represented by my lawyer. So I was not allowed to speak at that meeting, which was no part unfortunate. And it's going to be heard again now in September, which is another 2 months down the road. It just keeps getting delayed. Not just my resources, but even the town's resources are being unjustly used and taken advantage of. I don't know if there's any answers here tonight as to what happened at the meeting.
There wouldn't be any answers at this. It's a completely separate board. I know Council President was there. I was not there because I was conflicted out due to the application being within 200 feet.
Right. I just went on the record that, my lawyer had written a letter asking to dismiss the application because no new information was provided that was asked for from the previous meeting. He was given 2 months to provide more information. So the consideration to dismiss was noted, but there was no discussion, and there was no sense that there would even be a vote on dismissal. It was just a vote on postponement. And so I don't feel I got a fair hearing, and as again I said, I was not allowed to speak because my lawyer was not present. And he was under the impression that it was going to be moved to the August hearing. And I just wondered if, because when I came to the meeting, Mr. Farku showed up with his lawyer and engineer, and I said, what are you guys doing? And I assumed the meeting was just, because I got a call from my lawyer at 4 o'clock. That he was not going to be needed. As it turned out, he was needed. There was either it was miscommunication or I don't know. But I'm just here to express and vent my frustration and exasperation and whatever. I mean, I can't even get angry about it because it just takes too much out of me. And it just seems that everywhere I go, I'm just spinning wheels. Even when I have a lawyer. And the expense of all that. Now it's up a notch, and I have to get more legal advice and more management and extra expense. And my property is still exposed to water. The hill is destabilized, and freehold soil is of no use at this point either. It's all overgrown. You can't even see where the silt fence is failing or the hay bales are failing. And you know, I thought we'd get this done before hurricane season, but that's not going to happen. And we're getting more severe storms, and just nothing seems to get done. In November, it will be 3 years since the issues. November of 2021. I'm Veterans Day. 3 years ago. So, thank you for listening. If anyone wants to make any comments, please do.
I would say that the next step that you're aware of is that he has to come to the August council meeting with what's demanded here. He has to come to this body in August.
Or September.
No, that's land use board. He has
Land use
never
board.
approached the council,
All right, he has to come before the council to ask for the.
Yes, yes,
and he's never done that.
Right, I know that. That's what he should have been done. He should
Yes.
have applied for it after the May hearing.
Yes.
He was told that at the land use board hearing in May. And he provided none of that information.
yes. So I mean,
So why was he allowed to get the extension? Because there was no basis on which to make that decision.
And I do want to clarify, I know they did reach out with initial plans, and their engineers have been in discussion with you, Joe, is that correct?
Yes, they reached out, provided plans, and we gave an assessment of the improvements as it relates to the borough right away.
Right.
They haven't asked for it.
But they've not asked for permission to build in the borough's right of way.
Correct. And that was a June 19th letter from Mr. Rash. So they had 2 months to come, at least apply to the board, I mean the council, the borough council. They had 2 months to apply for the permission to build on the right of way. We'll make an application for that. And they did not. But they were given another 2 months to do so. I'm living in a different place.
Yes,
You understand?
I do.
Yeah, I know. So, I was, you know, I wanted to scream out of my seat. the other day. I controlled myself, because I wasn't allowed to. I wish I had. But it was unbelievable. There will be a YouTube video of that, right, Nancy?
yes.
Yes. We should all watch that.
Sure.
It'll be interesting. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Go right ahead. You could just give us your name and address for the record.
Liz Harvey, by Washington. I have 2 questions. Easy first.
Dealer's choice.
When we put that on the borough calendar, the street cleaners,
Okay.
on the borough calendar, so we know when they're coming, so that we can move our cars up the street before they come. You know, like the one that we cite, but there must be some schedule that's set up in the we can mark that on.
Sure.
Second question, on Washington Avenue, there used to be no parking signs that they took down when they were doing the constructions. And I think I may have asked you about this before. What's the plan on putting them back up? So I think I actually have some pictures. There's some people that are parking on that crushed cement, which runs along the marina. The curb really isn't there anymore.
Right.
So now we have sometimes people parking on the street, and then on the other side of the street, and I have a picture that if an ambulance or a fire truck needed to get to the house, it's either the
too narrow.
going in the water, or they're not, the emergency services can't get through. So, I'm not much to do about it, putting no parking signs back up.
You'll take care of it with PD and DPW? Okay. There you go. And anyone else have a question or comment? Okay, then I will close public portion.
Executive session. Executive session will be held following the regular council meeting. Prior to each executive session, the Borough Council will convene an open session, at which time a resolution will be adopted in accordance with NJSA 10:4-13. No formal action will be taken during the executive session. Resolution to enter executive session. Be it resolved that the following portion of this meeting shall not be open to the public. Be it further resolved that private consideration is deemed required and is permitted because of the following noted exceptions set forth in the Act. Attorney-client privilege, Block 56, Lot 4, access easement. Be it further resolved that it is anticipated that the matters to be considered in private may be disclosed to the public at a later date when the need for privacy no longer exists.
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Executive session ended at 7:30.
Had Don
Oh,
been
motion
here,
to
Andy,
adjourn.
Had Don been
I'll
here, I would have
second.
been curious about the
Okay,
bit.
meeting adjourned at 7:40. Thank you, everyone. Oh,
I
all
already
in
tipped
favor?
them off. Aye.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned at 7:40. Thank you, everyone.
I gave the heads up.